Hey guys, Rob here again. Just doing a part two for this Ryobi 40 volt rototiller system. They call it the Cultivator attachment. So I've done a few of these videos. You guys have seen them on the channel, I'm sure, and if you haven't, you can check them out. On some of the other attachments, I've got the string trimmer, and I've also got the pole saw, the 10-inch pole saw, and I did reviews on both of those. If you guys want to go check those out on the channel, there's part one and part twos for both of them, but this is part two for the tiller slash cultivator, and I'm just, I don't know what to say, because if you had told me that a battery powered Ryobi system could do these things, I would be like, yeah, okay. I don't think so. There's no way that they're going to work that well. Again, my preconceived notion about the Ryobi system in general was it was kind of the cheaper end of the spectrum. Home Depot, kind of just entry level stuff. And kind of not junk, but like just cheaper shit. Like stuff that I probably wouldn't see myself purchasing, and I wouldn't really even think about investing my money in. And boy, was I wrong. Let me tell you, I stand here corrected. This stuff, it's just phenomenal. I can't even. I'm at a loss for words, and that's rare for me. You can ask anybody who knows me. I'm a talker. Um, but Jesus Christ, I mean, these things work. I mean, they really do, and this cultivator is no exception. I put this thing on today with low expectations. I had the trimmer, which I figured the trimmer, you're spinning this little twine around really fast, you're cutting some grass, whatever. That's battery should be able to power that. Pole saw, yeah, I was a little more skeptical about the pole saw, spinning the blade, spinning the chain. Are there going to be issues with the oil coming out in the end, if that's not a quality system and it's not lubricated well enough, chain gets hot, blades start to dull, then you end up having issues cutting, yada yada yada. So pole saw, I was a little more skeptical. Blew my mind on the pole saw, blew my mind on the trimmer. I found this cultivator. I went to Home Depot. I had to go get some more paint for out front. My fiance didn't get quite enough, and so I had to go up there, and I was waiting for the paint to be mixed. I found myself in the aisle with all the attachments. I was like, oh, what do we have here? But a cultivator. And it was $99.99, which is, again, blows my mind. And I said, you know what, for the money, I already have the motor system and all the battery and everything. I want to give it a shot, because I've got 3 gardens out front that I needed to rototill, and there were just like some basic weeds growing up. You guys can see it in part 1 of this video. I only ran the tiller, or this cultivator. I did not talk at all in the video. I just ran it just so you could see it in action, and it ripped those weeds up. Now I want to tell you, this area that I was rototilling had already previously been tilled 3, 4, 5, 6 times in the past, so it wasn't a fresh, like if we were to come out here and say, okay, we want a garden right over here, and I'm gonna rototill, I want to cut a new garden in right here. This probably isn't the best unit to do that. Will it do it? Well, today I was getting close to the edges of the outer edge of the garden where I hadn't rototilled in the past. So this was fresh grass with a root system established, just like this grass. And if you let this thing do the work, if you set it down, it's heavy enough, and you let it run, it'll start to kind of chew at it a little bit and bounce around and kind of have a little piss fit, but it will eventually break down through the root system of the grass, get the sod turned upside down, and get down in the dirt. It will do it. I couldn't believe it. It's pretty heavy too. I'll come in here and show you. The gearbox on this thing is pretty heavy duty. I mean, it's a big giant metal. I mean, that's all metal. Obviously your sides here are metal, all the shaft and everything through. This thing is a fucking beast. I mean, it's a big blocky thing, you know, and when you pick it up, you feel the weight of it. It's heavy. So I set it down on the ground and I let it do the work. And man, I was blown away. I was expecting, like I said, low expectations. I was like, maybe it'll kind of take, because some of the stuff had already been, you know, you'll see it in the video, already been rototilled in years past. Hasn't been rototilled this year, so this was fresh for this year. Well, like, you know, it'll rip some of the stuff up. It'll make the weeding a little easier, but it's not really going to till it. It's just going to kind of be, you know, able to pick the weeds up a little bit easier. I'm telling you, I tilled all 3 gardens. I tilled with this piece of equipment today. And not only did I till it with this piece of equipment, guys, I used a half a battery. I had 2 bars out of 4 left for the entire area. I want to take you guys out front real quick and just show you what I did. We mulched and everything. Did this garden, that garden, over here, that garden over there, all the way around the front here. That whole area I did on a half a battery. I really honestly thought that I was gonna have to recharge. I was like, you know, we'll get a little bit, you know, do a little section, you know, and then the battery will kind of shit the bed, and then I'll have to go inside, recharge it, do some other stuff in the meantime, and then go back inside, recharge. You know, I was thinking maybe a couple recharges, maybe 3 to do the whole thing, if it was even going to do what I needed it to do. It blew my mind. It just went to town. I set it in the dirt, I pulled the trigger, and the thing just started chewing through. And again, is it a replacement? We've talked about this in the other attachments for a gas-powered rototiller that has wheels, transmission, you know, all that stuff to do larger areas and stuff. No, it is not. I'm glad they advertise it as a cultivator, because it definitely is a lighter duty rototiller / cultivator. But if you guys have a situation like me where you've got a garden every year that you've got to weed, it's a pain in the ass to pick the weeds. Even my fiance, who is always right, because we know girls are always right, they're never wrong. Even she said that, wow, how it took the amount of time it would have taken us to do what we did today and cut it way down, like a quarter of the time of what it would have taken us. She was trying to pick at some of the weeds, and it was kind of funny because as I'm using this thing today, she saw a couple spots I missed, and I saw her kind of picking at the weeds that I hadn't ripped up, and she comes over to me and she's like, you missed a spot. I was like, wait, what do you mean? She goes, oh, you know, this little section right here, you know, and she points it out, and I'm like, just pull it up. She goes, well, I don't want to. You've got that really nice that really nice cultivator. Can you just go grab it real quick and just, you know, hit that one spot? Like, she wouldn't even do the manual weeding after seeing how easy it was with this tool. So end of the day, guys, highly recommended. Once again, another attachment that blew my mind. This one was the one that I was the most disbelief about. I really didn't think it was going to do what it did. So this was the one that it really, I'm just blown away. Again, it's just like, wow. So highly recommend it. If you guys have any questions or anything like that about any of the tools or equipment that I've used, let me know in the comments, and I can try to answer the best I can. But any of these Ryobi attachment systems for the expanded system, absolutely recommend so far. I'll be getting more attachments as I need them. So as I get them, I'll be reviewing them and trying to get you guys the best information possible. So I hope you guys have a great night. It's good talking with you. Take care. Talk to you the next time.